Hi all, Planetside Agent. Today we're going to take a look at a vintage pocket knife made by Utica Cutlery. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, to start with, I guess we'll give a little history of how I came across this knife. Back when I was in early high school, I spent the summer with my grandmother in Stockton, California. And the neighbor who I palled around with, we decided one day we were going to hike from Stockton to Lodi to there's a little public reservoir that you could go and swim. So we packed a lunch and we hiked along the railroad tracks, which you did spend a lot of time around the railroad tracks since they ran behind my grandmother's house. Anyway, we hiked down the tracks all the way to Lodi, took a swim, and then hiked back. Well, while we were at that public swim park, saw this laying on the ground and picked it up. These kind of knives were, they seemed to be around everywhere back when I was a kid. But when I started doing some research on this knife, I couldn't really find anything about it. So, but just to get started, I kind of came across it in my drawer the other day and decided I'd do a video on it. First, I tried to figure out who made it. And of course, you know, like a lot of knives, they'll have the brand, the manufacturer on the base of the main blade. Well, all this one had was, and I doubt that you'll be able to read that, was the patent number. So I went out to the patent website, put in the patent number, and lo and behold, I found the patent for this knife, and it was called a bolstered handled cutlery. Back in 1942 is when they got the patent for this particular brand of knife. And I'll go ahead and right now I'll put a picture that I took of the part of the patent, so you can pause and take a look at it if you want to study it at all, or you can just go out to the website. I'll try to put that website in the link to save you having to Google it. But and that's all I could find on it. There was no other markings on who made it. But so what I had to do, the name on the patent was a Edward Allen. So I did a Google on that, and I found out that, you know, he was born in 1902, died in 1964, just as a side name. And he and some other people started the Utica Cutlery, I believe that was in Pennsylvania. And they also went under the name Kutmaster. So that's kind of the manufacturer of this knife. Now, like I say, I did quite a bit of, quite a bit of research, you know, around the web to find out what more about this knife, and I didn't find anything. Nothing. No other knife similar to this one. Some similar, but no two-bladed. They'd be similar to this with a third blade. And then I went out to the Utica is still in business, and I went out to their website, and they didn't have any real history or anything like that. So if anybody out there knows more about these knives, go ahead and write a comment. I'd love to see it. But just kind of overview of this knife. Now, I found this knife in 1966. I'm old, guys. I'm old. And so it had to have been manufactured between the time of the patent in 1942 and 1966. And obviously this knife has been well worn. So whoever had it before used it. You can see it had been sharpened and all. And maybe give it to his kid and he lost it at the pool. But anyway, and also if you look at it, yeah, the blade had been filed before. These marks here, that's my fault. I'll get into that in a minute. But you can see it's kind of starting to spread apart here. So it was used probably for prying. That's probably already spread apart. The kid probably had it, as kids will do. Anyway, it's got one main blade, and kind of works. I buffed up off some of the rust and oiled it, but because of this split here, it doesn't work too well. So anyway, and then it has the smaller pen blade, and there's nothing on it either. But so the reason you got these dimples in here, that's from a vise, because years ago after I got it, I thought maybe I could, you know, press those pins back together. So I popped it in the vise, and it didn't put the pins back together, and it kind of smashed those. So yeah, there goes my the millions I was going to make on selling this as a vintage knife on eBay. But anyway, this will probably just go in my drawer. I just kept it. I always kind of liked it. I like the color, and it's really kind of a nice little knife. Like I said, it obviously has been used because there's another nick there and all, but kind of interesting. Nice little design, nice little pocket knife, smooth. It's a shame. I was kind of hoping if I came across some of these, I might pick a couple up just for sentimental reasons. Yeah, it seems like I saw a catalog once, and they just had hundreds of these, all different colors. But like I say, on what research I did, I couldn't find anything on it. So let's see if there's anything else I wanted to say about this. Not a whole lot to say. I showed you the knife and a little history of what I have on it. So yeah, I think that's all I can think of. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.